Good morning, everybody. Or should I say good Ethereum morning? Holy cow. Welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by, of course, because Bitcoin. A reminder, as always, that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. And yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, guys. It's going to be very difficult for us to not talk about what happened yesterday, especially with ETH. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker, Jackus, and Dr. Will's Outlook. We're going to try to get Max on here for you guys later as well. I'm sure he wants to be on here. He's cooking up a video for you guys right now, but I'm sure he would love to be on here talking about everything that happened with ETH and cooking alpha, right, about all of our favorite ETH beta tokens. But before we can start cooking, before we can start sharing all the alpha, not just around ETH, but of course, also, everything correlated to ETH, altcoins, and where we think Bitcoin is as well. I'm going to ask you guys to smash that like button before we get started. And if a candle like yesterday is not enough to get you guys to hit the darn like button, then I mean, I don't know what will. Jack has told me before the show that you're going to think this is a steep ask, but I think you guys can do it, especially on a day like today. If you guys can get to 350 likes, he is going to cook you up a delicious breakfast, probably lunch or dinner if you're in Europe. But if you're in America, get a delicious breakfast from Jack. If you guys can hit that like threshold, 350 likes. I know you guys can do it. I mean, we just had, I think, the largest daily candle on Ethereum in almost 5 years. So I usually start the show talking about Bitcoin, but it's kind of difficult to do that when, Ethereum is doing what it's doing, right? 700 points essentially since yesterday's New York Open. Got clarity or very sudden news, right, from our ETF bros back from Bitcoin days. With the previously priced in at almost 0 or below 10% chance of approval this week suddenly rose to 75%. You saw a very massive scramble to allocate. I mean, it was an absolute flurry, a rush that's still going on as everybody who thought that they were exposed to Ethereum or the ETH ecosystem is now flocking to try and get that exposure now. That an ETF is suddenly going to be approved this week. It does seem like, and that I think is less of probably an upcoming legal win or the implications of one, and probably more driven by some political concern in DC about, the fact that maybe being anti-crypto might not be very positive or just maybe something relatively toxic to re-election odds. So it does seem like that could potentially be playing a role here in the very sudden shift as far as ETF approval goes for Ethereum. But Bitcoin has been stealing the show and really running things for the past few months, but it might be a bit of a shift here as we get closer to an approval and as we move out of it, because I have to imagine that most people are still probably not positioned in Ethereum and the ecosystem itself. I mean, let's be honest, guys, Bitcoin and Solana have been dominating the market for the last few months. But I don't want to spend too much time waffling, yapping about all that good stuff, guys. I know that we do have a big panel today. I'm sure they all want to talk about Ethereum, everything that could be happening for altcoins, and altcoins across the board, by the way, are up substantially. I'm pointing especially to ETH beta. I know for a fact we're going to be looking over some of y'all's favorite charts. So if you have a token that's on ETH that's over 100 million market cap, please drop it in the comments. If it's below that, we're not going to look at it, guys. That's our threshold. We talk about that all the time. But now I am kind of yapping a little bit. I'll go ahead and open the floor for you guys. What are we seeing in the markets today? How are we processing yesterday's green candles?
Man, enjoying the vibes. Like, guys, we spent so much time and energy bringing you all the data, all the facts, all the content in the past weeks. And let me tell you, it was not easy because the sentiment was really so similar to August and October and September, sorry, in the middle, in 2023. Like before then, when people were attacking each other on social media and frustration and depression floating around, and people really not caring about anything logical, just emotion. And we've been here, the BB team, every single day through that. giving you the facts over and over and over again. And this playing out this quickly, obviously, we did not, I myself did not see this happening so quickly, but like it's it's a bit of a vindication, I do believe, for all. And maybe Will wants to take it from here, but I've seen so many people attacking him. He attacked them back, not gave a single F, and just said, "You're going to be crying later. Here are here are the tears for the tissues, and here it is." And it played out, guys. And I feel like for the next, and I'll give it back to you. But in like the next few months, we will truly have lots of fun in the market.
Yeah, I think that it's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of laughing this morning because Will doesn't know what he's talking about. Will's wrong. Blah 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 blah. The guy's too cocky. Yada yada. Look, none of that stuff ever mattered. The point being is I brought the alpha. I brought the energy. I told you what to do. Now it doesn't mean like, hey, I'm always gonna be right. I'm wrong from time to time. I think on really, really, really small time frames, I've been wrong a couple times. So I will admit that. But like, I don't use the 15-minute or the 5-minute as a way to find intuition in the chart. So yeah, those things happen. I think at the end of the day, it's not about being right. It's about being confident, and being confident isn't about being cocky. It's about understanding what you're looking at. And I think like when you put 2 and 2 together, at that point you're looking at a different type of market. So it's for me, it's been pretty straightforward, pretty easy to navigate. Just because why? I just don't overcomplicate the market. It's really that simple. I think that people are overcomplicating the moves, looking for every opportunity they can get. Now, look, if you're DCAing in, you're like, hey, I want a better DCA position. Great. But if you're buying at 67K, selling at 66 to wake up to 71, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that's absolutely mind-boggling. And I think like in those scenarios, when you're discussing those things and telling people, hey, we're going to low 50s, blah blah blah, and we sat there for 5 minutes and then you try to clown me for it, I find that absolutely hilarious, because now enjoy buying Bitcoin at 70K. You get Bitcoin at the price you deserve, and you deserve 70K, not 57 where you sold. If you were short and you live under a bridge, you probably lost your family. I feel for you.
Damn.
This took a turn quickly.
Yeah, it did.
And if you just got to prison, you definitely picked up the Snickers. Like it's really the reality of things. Like, either accept the trend of the market or be devastated. And I've been telling people this over and over and over again since 25K. And it's like, it just doesn't get through to some people, or there's new participants who think they're smarter than the market. I'm not smarter than the market. I'm simply playing what the market's presenting me. And that's really the difference between me and a lot of other people discussing the market, where it's like, oh, let's cry about lower prices. Okay, your trend is up. Think about that. It's like looking at the road and saying, I'm going to drive on the other side of the road. Tell me how well that's going to work out for you. Because I can tell you, it's not going to, at least not if you're in the prospective country that you should be in and you're driving on the wrong side of the road. It's not going to work. Now, if you're in another country where they drive on the other side of the road, that works. But guess what? That's not the case. You guys are driving on the opposite side of the road, trying to play against the trend, and you're going to get demoed. One of these cars are going to hit you head on. And I've been saying that since the lows. I think people really have to take that perspective. I did want to kind of get into Bitcoin real quick, Haggard, if I could get the chart real fast.
Yes. Real quick, though. Do you see? We mapped this out so long ago. This is the little range from 50K. It's literally
Perfect.
It's perfect. It's literally perfect. And we're actually doing it. I didn't think we'd actually do it, but we're actually going vertical. Study verticality. All right.
It'd be interesting if if ETH actually led a move that Bitcoin is now going to end up following. I still don't know if that's going to be the case, but maybe we see that.
You know what's funny, Tommy? We were literally sitting there talking about what's this called? Crypto Spaces. Remember his brother was on yesterday. We were sitting there, we were telling him like, yeah, we think he's going to turn around here.
Dude,
Like
that
an
was
hour later.
yes, bro. Yeah.
Like,
Unreal.
I don't. He's like, well, it's knife catch. I'm like, yeah, it's knife catching, but I think it's going to turn around. I'm like, okay, it's knife catching. And it absolutely that's no shade to him, by the way. That's no shade to him. It's just being able to understand the trend and looking at him like, yeah, this thing is, if anything, it's a deviation. It's definitely going to turn around. And
It's definitely a knife catch on sentiment, I think, as far as ETH goes to get long a few days ago. But it's paid off, man, have to say.
yeah.
And it doesn't look likely that they are going to reject the ETF at this point. So I would have to imagine that any lower time frame pullback is probably more likely to be driven by, like, maybe you pump into the ETF approval and then you have people taking profit on the news headline. And that's, I would say, maybe like a flash dump that you buy. Because I still think ETH are people are way under allocated to ETH. And especially after you have 700 points in one candle, how many people do you really think bought into something that basically went straight up in a straight line for a day straight? I would say probably not that many. And if they do, they probably don't have as much exposure as they'd like.
Oh yeah, like people are so underexposed right now. Like they're all scrambling to get into plays. This is why, like, we had the discussion. I won't say it because we discussed it with the Giga Chat today, and I do like to keep some things exclusive, so I won't discuss what I had stated between ETH and Sol. But you guys remember the conversation from this morning and what I said everybody is doing, right? And I think that is correctly what everybody is doing. The thing is, everybody's always late, right? Everybody's always late. They're late because they're not looking for the next opportunity for upside. They're looking for the next opportunity for downside. And this is what I mean by, like, people playing on the wrong side of the trend. It's like you should be looking where money flow is going, not looking where you can catch the next retrace when you're in an uptrend. And you need to front run that money flow before it gets there. That's basically it. And I think that's where a lot of people messed up or have been messing up in this market. But I remember the one guy on the show telling us, remember in the comments, our comments, Save trying to tell us that, hey, these guys are telling everybody hopium, we're going to low 50. Where's that guy at? I was just wondering if he wanted to come back to the show.
My favorite audience attacker back in action. I'm loving it.
And talk about how we were going to low 50s, because I'd be interested in having that conversation right now. If he's not in the corner in a fetal position next to his bed at his house right now, if he still has a house. I think that a lot of people, they get emotionally driven. They try to pretend like, I know what's going on. It's like, dude, like, just follow the trend. Don't try and be too over facetious about price action. But go ahead if you want to jump in there.
No, I just want to quickly say that these people always disappear and then they come back to scream loud at the bottoms.
Bro, like you couldn't have had a clearer bottom. What did I say right here on the show? What did we talk about, Max? Sorry, I don't have my little click thing. What did we talk about on this candle right here? What kind of candle was that, guys? What kind of candle is that?
I'm not playing
that's
your
a pin,
quiz. Tell me.
That's a pin bar, or depending on your definition, I think you call it hammer. This one, in my definition, is pin bar, but in both instances, it's a bullish weekly candle.
It's called Bears Get Destroyed, is what it's called.
It's a very bullish weekly candle, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna fill the whole candle." Oh, guess what? We didn't fill the whole candle.
Why would we fill the whole candle? We were saying this, Will. We were like, we are just not seeing the bearish arguments. Like, someone give us a logical bearish argument, and there was none. There was so many, emotional bears on their period, but that was it. That was it. No logical comments out there.
Booty, you didn't hear a single thing about selling. Nothing from Will. Okay, Will didn't say anything about selling. Okay, so I just wanted to be clear. I don't know if you're being facetious, But there has been no a sell here. It was buy opportunity. This is opportunity. All right. So what did we say here? Oh, look at that upside down half circle, right? Upside down half circle. Oh, look at that. Where are we at? Right back at the high end of the range. Funny how that played out. Weekly, right? Bullish hammer candle. Pull back into the range, ripped off of it. You have to understand momentum. Momentum was not in favor of bears. It was always, and I said this on this candle. I have the posts on Twitter. I said, momentum is in favor of the bulls now. Now that you got this bullish hammer weekly, I'm like, momentum is in favor of bulls. What'd you get? The pullback into the rip. That's what momentum is. Momentum is shotgun effect, right? We talked about this morning too. Shotgun effect. That's what it is. We saw the shotgun effect, the click, the pullback, and the rip. That was the shotgun effect. And now everybody's going to sit here and talk about, oh, we're back at resistance. We may play back into the range. And then guess what? Off to the races. Look at this. Look at this. Like, this is what I think we're going to see. This is going to be some complete insanity. And I think it'll probably start next month, the way this is looking. So you're selling May. How's that working out for you? How is that working out for you? Because if you sold in May, you can enjoy buying back higher.
This is another narrative we discussed, right? We were saying that the sell in May and go away is getting front run, and it's going to be actually sell in May and cry away.
Like, yeah, this was a discussion. I think, like, looking at this right here, like, this is the future of what you're looking at. Like, how many times every 4 years do you get to get into these markets? Any of you? How many times in 4 years?
No, well, you know that meme of I used to pray for times like this. This is that. Okay, this is literally that.
This is why we are here.
These are the times that we used to pray for.
You get 300. You basically get 2 to 3 years of opportunity, or not even 2 to 3. 2 years at most of opportunity. 1.5 on regular. Why would you squander that for small price action movements rather than take advantage of the opportunity? And like, yes, we're traders. We can trade small pullbacks and stuff like that, of course. But why attempt that when you're getting ready to take such a big swing at this market? Your swing favor was always in favor of up. So why are you sitting here trying to knife catch some kind of small pullback when your swing is much heavier to the upside? Your trend is heavier to the upside.
Man, I'm not sure I've ever seen East BTC gap up so much as we've seen yesterday. Like especially in a market that's being traded 24/7, East BTC really gapped up 2.5%. Like,
Dylan, so I know you asked who hurt me. What hurts me is my brain when I just see ignorant people just spill ignorance from their mouth. And it bothers me. It irks me. And not everybody understands that. But like, when people just talk just stupid, well, I feel this way. You could feel a whole lot of ways. It doesn't mean anything. That's your feelings. That's not facts. And when I talk in what is percentage likeliness. I don't talk in, oh, I feel this way today, guys. I feel very emotional. And so I'm going to go sell my Bitcoin so I can buy lower. That's not me. That could never be me. Why? Well, one, I'm not as emotional as everybody else, right? I have a bit of testosterone even at my older ages, which I think a lot of younger people are lacking. Two, I was raised in a household with military standards. So I would tell you this, like, you get up, you make your bed, you fold your clothes, you do what you got to do, and you live your life. And I can tell you, like, when you live a life of discipline, not only in health and life in general, it changes the way you think. And I think not enough people have discipline in this market. They love to mislead people and mislead new participants who are trying to learn. And they just literally just want to come on and they want attention, right? Like you, like what you said, like when you're like, who hurts you, right? You want my attention. You want me to talk to you. You want a father figure. I can't be your father, right? But I can try to guide you. I can try to guide you in the right direction.
Will won't be your daddy, guys. That's what he's trying to say.
Ooh.
But at the end of the day, if we dial down the time frame, right? It was always in the books. It was always there. What do we see here? What do we call this one? What's this one called? Anybody? What kind of pattern?
That's called reaccumulation with a rounded bottom, Will.
Okay, it's a rounded bottom, but what's this thing right here?
That's reaccumulation, brother.
That's reaccumulation. It's also what we call a bull flag, right? So this is a bull flag. And where are we at on the bull flag? Are we inside the bull flag anymore?
No, Will, we've broken out, brother. We're going to send.
Oh, we broke out of the bull flag. I don't know if those low 50s are going to happen. Right?
I like your quizzes, Will. They get easier and easier as we start to move up.
They do.
I try to keep it. I try to keep it easy for the simple-minded people that have a hard time understanding directionality. That come on here every day. Who hurts you? We're going to 50K. I sold at 67, and I'm gonna wait, and then price is 70K when they wake up. Like I'm trying to guide those people, to understand what it's like to have, a real life and to have imaginary parents and maybe a Snickers under their pillow on Easter. So,
oh my gosh, Will.
Anyways, yeah, so this is the life we live, guys. Like you had the bull flag playing, you broke out of the bull flag, upside imminent. I would say at best you might chop the range, but ultimately directionality is switched. We're gonna swing up. This is why I gave you the bull feature into the bull flag, so you can understand what we were looking to do, and you can understand what the current trend was while you were trying to bid all the way down here, and possibly some of you were talking about down here, right? We don't have to name names. We know who we are. Like, you need to stop smoking meth. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the case for Bitcoin, man. Like, super excited for alt, super excited for Bitcoin. But I'll let some of the rest of you cook if you want to. I know we have a bigger panel. So
I love that Tucker's background there. We actually have one certain picture taken with certain ski goggles.
Those were with the Apple Vision Pros.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a legendary pick. It's a bull.
You should wear those to the show. Just come in with your outfit.
Well, I'm still waiting on you to wear the moggles.
I know. Same.
Oh yeah, I need to come on the show with them.
Man, I'm still unbothered, moisturized, happy, flourishing, in my own lane.
Guys, is that a sauna you're in there, Jackus?
Yeah, that's a little like it's a how's it called? When it's at the mountains or so, and
the spring lakes.
Yeah, I suppose the spring lakes, exactly. So you are there unbothered, moisturized, happy. You just know that all you need to do is not be a little girl and do not freak with little Jeets on the lower time frame. You just keep your focus.
Oh, there he is. Hold on. I love K-dramas. Yes, I can see you love K-dramas. You love a lot of drama. There you are. There's one of you. Bitcoin went from 69K to 15K. Study bear markets and study bull markets. I will tell you that. All right. You have to make it past the 6th grade to understand these things. but you might actually get it at some point. YouTube is a great feature, not a bug. So is Google, if you want to understand markets.
Hey, Will, I have a question for you now, man, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Because you like to hit me with pop quizzes. I'd like to hit you with a pop quiz. Would you mind?
Yeah, go for it.
Will, if I told you, as a member of this team, somebody that appears daily on this show, that only 33% of the audience has actually shown their support in the form of liking the stream, what would you say
Oh
about
no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
What would you say, Will?
You know what's coming.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he dipped, man. Will, he couldn't answer the question. He couldn't take the
He
heat.
just rugged. He was
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah, he
I'm
said, I'm
out-
out of
I-
here.
Couldn't
I'm
take
out
the
of here.
disrespect.
Exactly.
Tucker, what would you say then? I'll ask you the question, Tucker. What would you say if only 1/3 of the audience on YouTube?
It's not what I would say, Max. It's what I would do. And what I would do is this.
That's an A+, Tucker. You just passed the quiz.
Yeah.
Nice
yeah.
work. So, guys, listen. This is Tucker's answer to the pop quiz, and he passed it with flying colors, guys. Flying colors. Listen. I don't know what the likes are at right now because maybe you guys are panic liking. Sometimes you guys like to capitulate into the like button when you're feeling pressure. All right. But listen, if you are enjoying the content, if you want to support us, if you want to continue the prosperity of these times that we are in right now, it is pertinent that you express your approval and your like, not in a proverbial way, not in a hypothetical way. Like, you literally need to hit that like button. Like, you need to actually get out there and do it. And don't ask what you can do for the like button. Okay. Don't ask what you could ask what the like button can do for you. All right. Because the like button is going to be the gift that keeps on giving, but we need you to run up those likes, guys. Do us a solid. Take one moment, hit, caress, smash, abuse the like button. Okay. Whatever you have to do, hit that like button. We got 300 people watching alone just on YouTube. We probably have triple that on Twitter. All right. All you got to do, hit that like button. If you're on Twitter, hit that heart button and then hit that retweet button, guys. The retweet button is like 5 likes in one. All right. So if you really want to help, stop texting me. Who's texting me? God. Tucker, relax, man.
It was Tommy. Tommy started a whole
I'm
thing.
trying to get the likes up, and I just hear ding, ding, ding. Bro, where's our Pepe at? God, relax, guys. I'm trying to chill the
Tommy's
like
little
button.
app was
Did you guys
bugging
hear
out.
that? That
Yeah, my
ridiculous.
app was bugging.
Did you hear the
Tommy.
beeping? The
No,
I
I
didn't hear
couldn't.
it. No.
Oh my gosh, it was literally like 40 text messages came in, just ding, ding, ding. And I look over to the right, and I just see Tucker and Tommy talking about Pepe in a text chat. God, guys, relax. All right, guys, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, guys. As Sal says, man, as Big Sal says, hit the like button. Boom, boom, boom.
There's a comment from J Web 4x4. He's like, come on, people, like it. Jump over to YouTube if you are watching on X. And I was like, how are people watching on X Hamster, man?
Oh my god.
It's still,
Jack, guys, and your sense of humor, bro. You guys are unhinged, Jack.
it still does feel like it, man. Like, who the fuck comes with X, man? Oh, man.
The thing is Booty has a good point. I like your comment there, Booty Bandit. He said, "Welcome to another episode of Surviving Will." Yes, look. If you pray at my downfall, it just makes it that much more sweet. That's all I'm saying. Like, the higher price goes, it just adds to the flavor.
Oh,
It's like the movie Dodgeball, you know, where if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can survive
Yes.
Will, you can survive markets.
True.
okay, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get back into the charts. Will, you didn't answer my question. I asked you a pop quiz and you just jeeted yourself out of the screen. So I don't know what that was all about. But
I didn't see it pertinent to answer the question in words. I answered it in being,
so listen, let's talk
emotionally
about that,
driven.
man. So one, I want all of you to remember who tried to FUD you out of your generational meme coin bags this weekend. Okay.
Mhm.
I want you to remember the buffoonery that was out there this weekend as people tried to advocate for swing shorting Pepe, the strongest Ethereum beta ever known to mankind. I want you to remember who did that, right? No data was there suggesting that a swing short was in the room with us, but yet they tried to fudge you out at local support out of a generational entry. Tucker, talk to me about what you're seeing here, man. I mean, this is just.
I mean, dude, the weekly Pepe chart is a sight to behold.
What are we
It
talking
is.
about? What
Yeah,
are we even
literally,
talking
what do we talk? Oh my god! I mean, so much higher, right? Like, I don't. This is a breakout, right? Like, I don't see any need for us to come back into like here, right? Like,
There's no resistance, brother. It's air.
yeah, this
It's
is
air.
this is price study.
I'm
price
like a
discovery.
bird. I want to fly away. Just send it.
literally,
Rip it higher.
That. Yeah, man. I mean, you could drop fibs, you can look higher, but like, I don't think.
I think a good comment you guys made was like, why would you short Pepe as one of the best outperformers out there? Like, if you want to short, then there has definitely been better coins to short, right, than Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
And the
100%.
people that were doing that were really doing it for the engagement farms, in my opinion.
Yeah. Why would there's nothing? I mean, if you're shorting this, you're knife catching, right? It's just like, like this, you could say, oh, it's a knife catch, but it worked out. Like, you're gonna get blown out here.
There's literally no supply overhead if you're catching.
Yeah, there's
out.
nothing. There's nothing overhead. Yeah. So I mean, short at your own risk, right? I mean, there's not a lot of better RR out there, especially with a Coinbase and a Robinhood listing in Pepe's back pocket, right? Because that'll happen, right? I have no doubt that those things will happen, and that's pretty much like an automatic. That's like a triple or a double.
So
like,
Tucker, here's the thing. That line that you have drawn right there is going to be the right above that. Where we're at right now is going to be the next bear market bottom.
Okay? Yeah, for sure.
So pull up another chart to the right, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Mark
look
out
at
this
Tim
level,
Fun.
set your alert, because this is where you buy Pepe again next cycle after it pulls back after a blow off mania. All right, let's go to Doge. Let's go to the Doji. All right. Now we'll go to the weekly if you could be so kind. And now look at where we bottomed in the bear market. You can even go to like the 3-day maybe. We could go to the 3-day. That'd probably look a little better. Let's go to the 3-day.
Do we want log, Max? Do we want log?
Well, I always do, but I know it irks you, so we don't.
I got one in log and one not.
You got to at least sync it up.
Yeah, there we go.
So double click your axis. It's still showing in linear for Pepe.
No, they're both in. Oh,
Max, what if that box you are about to talk is
pull that
going
down
to happen higher?
You think it happens higher?
Could.
It could.
Oh, you mean pull this down like that, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying. You mean Jackus could be right. We could mark up again, and then the next box is going to be our bear market low. It will be obvious when we're there, like that.
No, but you're saying here
potentially, but I'm also saying like we could even, if what Jackus just mentioned is true, there's another little pause on Pepe. You can see.
Yeah, we could be
here.
here.
Doge right there. We could be at either one of those. But point being is, what the hell are you trying to do shorting,
man?
Imagine shorting this, dude.
Because like, I do believe this cycle still has, at least like 6 months probably ahead of itself. So there's still lots of room for growth, right?
I mean, yeah, and it's like, look, this was clearly this, right? This was clearly accumulation. So it's like, where do you think we are?
Yeah,
right? Like,
and I mean, Doge is still at 16 cents, guys. It's not even at like 40. It's not even reached $1. Like, what are we talking about?
I got one forward for you, Jackus. It's sell in May. I laugh every time I hear it. It's the biggest joke ever.
Actually, I just saw about a week ago, I forgot to mention it, but I saw a stat where sell in May and go away kind of works for equities. but not in an election year. In election year, it's always buy in May. And
You know
there's a
what else
reasoning
are
behind.
election years, Jack, is halving years.
Do you know what my thesis is, Jackus? It's don't
Imagine.
do what everybody else is doing. That's
No,
my thesis.
I recommend, selling Ether and buying that at 1200. That's what the pros recommend.
Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah.
is ETH BTC bottom in? Is it officially in or no?
This weekly close will confirm it being official in. I think it is, but I will 100% tell on the weekly close. But I think, listen, we are just breaking the market structure, right? And it's being supported by the spot ETF. So, so I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Like bears really have about 5 days to do something about this, and we know how weak they are. So
Yeah, they better hustle.
Welcome to the eggplant zone.
Dude, that in the Discord call yesterday when Jackus just came on and said what he said to open. Do you guys remember how Jackus started his spiel yesterday? I'm not saying it here on YouTube. We'll get taken down. That's a hilarious soundbite, man. So funny.
And then he basically tweeted it afterwards.
He basically did tweet it, yeah. But his accent made it so much funnier when he just came in and said that. The first thing he said, just.
I don't get it how you guys think it's funny with my accent, because I always feel like it like my accent is just so, I don't know, stupid. But somehow people tell me that it's funny with it. So.
It's not a funny accent. It's just the way that you said that. It's like a thick European accent, and you just destroyed the Bears, man. It was so funny.
Yeah, they deserved it, man. They deserve
it, man. People, there's some big analysts out there still fudding ETH BTC and meme coins and altcoins right now, man. I don't understand it.
Look, I would say put Cardano and Bitcoin against each other. Look at 2020 to 2021. We literally talked about it live here on the show. Like the whole thesis that altcoins are going to get Shrek'd while Bitcoin runs is just dumb.
Let me show you this, guys. I actually just made a video on this. It's coming out in like an hour. I'm sure Ed will have it done.
They follow
Look at where ETH was last cycle as Bitcoin. Look at the crosshairs. Bitcoin was underneath the all-time high. As soon as it breaks through, look at where ETH was. This is that next phase of the cycle where from this point onward, Bitcoin went up 260% roughly. And ETH from this same point to that high went up 680%. It was lagging on the move to the all-time high, and then it became ETH season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what more do you need to see? Look at this chart. And it's the same as where we're at right now. Look at Bitcoin. Look at ETH. It's the same exact thing as last cycle. It's the same thing. What are we talking about? End the stream.
It's legit, like everything we discussed just laid out. It's like real time playing out.
It's crazy, man.
This is why, like, Max, I've been in the boat and just really adamant about just telling people to completely fade ETH BTC, because the alpha goes away in the mid market, and we're in the mid market. That's where we're at. Yeah. So like, there's no ETH BTC is a meme at this point now, and I think not enough people understand that. Like, it doesn't hold any weight. And what I mean by that specifically is, like, this is the point in the market where you can't be like, oh, I got to wait for ETH BTC to get to this price. You just have to go with ETH BTC as not even being a thing, because you're going to see every coin trace Bitcoin's movement from here.
Do you like Sol BTC
and outpace it?
Will, do you like Sol?
Bro, I like anything other than BTC at this point.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, as more of a risk on than ETH BTC. Like, do you think Sol Bitcoin is now a barometer?
100%.
Yeah.
Look,
Sol ETH is going to keep nuking, in my opinion.
Sol, yeah. I do agree that Sol ETH does look kind of bad.
And that was right at the previous all-time high as well, if you go to the left.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's not the best look.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not.
But Tucker, you're heavy Sol, man. Does that mean you're going to be rotating out of some Sol?
I mean, I've already rotated a lot of Sol into Pepe, so you know, taking
Got-
advantage of
But
that.
you're still
But
pretty heavy Sol versus
yeah,
spot ETH,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I don't hold any spot ETH really, like at all.
But does
Well,
this chart make you consider maybe swapping some Sol into ETH?
I'd probably just buy more Pepe, honestly.
Yeah, man. Just
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
the
maybe
best answer.
spot ETH. I think Sol Pepe is just a Chad port. I think it's just like
Tucker is like Sailor with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Just there is no second best. Accumulate more, mortgage your house and buy more.
yeah, Pepe is that. It's the apex asset. Man.
I will say this. I've been so sold
know.
pill. It's not even funny. Like I'm so neck deep in Sol. It's not like I have so much shit on the Solana chain. Like, and this was not me in 2021. I want to be very clear. I'm not like, hey, I'm the expert of everything. No, I completely faded fucking Sol in 2021, 100%. But like this cycle, I'm not stupid. I can see the momentum. I see the liquidity.
Study
So-
vertical accumulation, guys. Study it.
I think,
I can make
but
it.
I think, you know, this as I've been saying, you know, this ETH ETF, this kind of regulatory clarity, you know, in a way that's coming, has triggered the whole space. You are seeing ETH BTC run, and look what others out are doing. They are catching the bid, and this is, you know, this is just day one. This is going to go for weeks and months. You will see alts like some might not do something for the next 2-3 weeks even, but then they will rip higher, you know, and that's a fact. So you will see these rotations coming in, and they will all be they'll all be entering a bull market. The trigger that this is going to cause is insane. This has been what we've been waiting for. People, again, I cannot repeat this enough, but this is legit NVIDIA in 2023. When people said, this is a bubble, you know, but the market was like, it was not pricing it in. It was legit like a fire discovery when those earnings came in. And the market just keep going higher. And then everyone thought like, all right, that's it. It cannot go any higher. And guess what? It produced the largest gap through all-time highs, and then it continued the exact same path. It's down from the bottom one more time. So
Jack,
I think
I have a question for you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Have you looked at the Bitcoin Nvidia pair recently, or the ETH Nvidia pair? Is that still tracking how you thought it would? Just because you brought up Nvidia made me
Listen.
think of it.
I am still tracking it. And this bull market hasn't even started.
Man.
Like people have no idea. But they still have insane bear market PTSD. And I get it, you know, because the up moves are always so quick, and then there is lots of pain and frustration time-wise. And I've said, and actually let me just very, very quickly share a chart here. All right.
Yeah.
So quick.
So quick. And actually, guys, gotta put it on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shared it just now. And the difference between equities and crypto, like both move up, right? But the thing is, okay, all right, I have green color. So this is how equities, and you will start to see that. This is how equities move up, right? And then they drop. It's very scary. And then what happens is that they start to go up again. They keep going. It's a long time. It's peaceful, and then you get another drop, right? And then it continues this way again to kind of new highs. This is more or less how equities are moving. Whereas how crypto is moving is basically the same with a little nuance. It's it's kind of like not doing anything, right? This is like your listing or whatever. Then you get a pump, and then instead you're going to get this, and it keeps selling. It's taking so long, right? And then you are going to get another pump, and then you are going to get the sell-off again, and it keeps on selling, and then the next pump happens, right? So it's not exactly like this always, but like you see that both markets keeps on going high, right? And it's usually where equities front run. Then you see a quick scary sell-off. The TradeFi guys, they do not have co-Jones. They dump, when markets move minus 10%, they're already scared. This is our daily routine in crypto, like we know. And in crypto, it's also going up. But this time is just so hard for people to embrace, because this is taking, this can take like 3 months, and then this pump can take like sometimes just 3 days. And that's very hard to stomach. It's very hard to hold with conviction. And many times it's that you, for example, even if you are patient, you're going to buy here, but then you got to hold through that pullback, right? And that takes time, and you have to hold through a drawdown, but then this comes. Whereas in equities, it's way easier to kind of like, buy here, because you feel like, all right, the market kind of absorbed this. Then it goes up. Then you get this quick, scary sell-off, but then the market keeps going up again. It's kind of the same but different. And I feel it's way harder. It's definitely way harder to do this than in equities. But we are rewarded with the price returns that we get. And the past days have been a reminder of why we are in this industry, right? So that's it.
Yeah, that was lovely. Let me somebody gave a super chat about Caspa. I'll do a little bit of artwork for you. Actually, I think I have one pulled up.
You can see it on the Caspa chart too, what I just described.
Yeah, you can.
And on the Bitcoin chart too, there basically.
Here's all you need to know about Caspa. This is it. L Money. This is all you need to know about Caspa. I will also be doing a Caspa space here. It starts in 5 minutes. I told them I might be a little bit late, but I'm going to be doing that with a couple Caspa guys you probably have heard of, and Femex is hosting it. So I'll be over there shortly. But yeah, here's all you need to know, man. Nothing else matters. Right here. This is it. This is it. If you get that last throwback, I'm telling you, if you get that last throwback, we go up, and that last throwback, you shove like your life depends on it. If you get that last throwback, bottom is in. Who could have foreseen? But that's the picture.
Who could have foreseen?
Looks nice. Looks very
nice. Did you buy, Tucker? Does it look that nice?
No.
No. You didn't buy, so it doesn't look that nice then.
Not nice enough.
You lied to me.
Not nice enough.
Oh my gosh, man! Oh man.
Yeah. How does like Caspa Soul look right now?
Caspa Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like that dinosaur, and like this would be like its head right here.
No,
maybe it has like 2 ears or something like that, and that's like there we go. And then there's the leg,
and then it goes straight down,
and then it's big belly. There's the back leg.
Bro, what is that?
No, don't do it, Jackers. I already know what you're thinking, Jack. You a sick mind. You a sick mind.
I
Jack.
wasn't the one drawing. I
No, you got
wasn't the one
sick
drawing.
mind. No.
Wow.
The
Gonna put some
Stegosaurus
fangs
pattern.
on it.
Wow.
There we go, man. But now we're about to moon up like that, man.
Are you
Dinosaur
sure
back.
about that?
This is called yeah. You could learn this strategy in the BB Academy, guys. Check the link out below.
Yeah.
Join us for more alpha.
Yeah. Where all right, forget my art stuff. We're deleting it. You guys are sick, man. Bunch of Europeans like Jack in here, just sick sense of humor,
Seriously.
man. You guys are foul. All right.
You would love it here. You know it, Max.
I would love it there, yeah. We'll hang out.
No lip shit.
This doesn't look too bad. This should be floored, I think. Like I think this is kind of deep value right here. You could maybe, do something like this, a little normie trend line. This kind of seems floored to me, truthfully. What do you think,
Yes.
Tucker?
Yeah. Are you in log?
Brother, I'm always in log. What a silly question.
I had to check. Yeah. I'd like to see it hold that one more time and bounce a little more than it has right now. But I'm gonna pull it up too. I mean, it looks decent.
If you're not using log, you need to go back to elementary school.
Will.
My man.
No, incorrect.
I think this could be pretty bottom tier, truthfully. I mean, it's holding this level. I mean, look at clearly this level is being watched, right? Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, right on top of all of this previous demand. Yes, sir. Caspa Soul. Probably time to hit that rotation, Tucker.
Soul into Caspa.
Yeah. I mean, look at the chart, man.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It is what it is.
I could be
what it is.
This is the way. This is the way.
So let's take a look at my dear friend Andy. Lifetime all the way back as far as it goes.
Ooh.
Lifetime VWAP. Look at that interaction, guys.
You gotta
get above that and it's
baby.
gonna fly.
Yeah.
Guys, what likes we at?
I don't know.
That's the current
I actually
question.
have a video coming out. I talk about Andy in it. I talk about I couldn't decide what I wanted to talk about today, so I just talked about everything. So that's coming out in like an hour. But first of all, lifetime VWAP right here. Like clearly this VWAP is in play. Like all of the interaction, like forever. Like so many little rejections, failure to hold, right? And then we just recently came up here, but with the Ethereum strength, right? Like we're gonna eventually, maybe we print like a head and shoulders or something, and we do, something like this, whatever. But or an inverse head and shoulders, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I would bid the crap out of that, but basically, I mean, you're going to get back above this, and then, eventually you'll get back above the cloud, which is +1 and -1 standard deviations away from the VWAP. But then on top of that, and I'm kind of spoiling my video a little bit, which I don't like to do. I have this saved as prime time right here. If you can see that folder, it's called prime time. Study Deion Sanders, okay? This is prime time. So here's what you need to know, all right? What we saw down here, and again, this was a super, look at this level right here, man. Look at purple dot, perfect trend line hit, purple dot, and then this whole region, and then right there again. What we saw when we lost this trend was it was the weekend Pepe was getting fudded into the ground last weekend, and what we saw here was Andy Wales buying and accumulating. And I was in a chat with all of them. They were bidding like their life depended on it. And what we were seeing was small holders capitulate and puke, which I assume was because of all the Pepe FUD that was going on. Everybody's freaking out. So we have a very, very, very clear trend right here. And in my opinion, that was sort of like a generational bear trap that we got. And it's not uncommon to see these types of events. So what I'd be looking for from here for Andy is, you know, we'll probably just shop around here. I would assume maybe even front run this level, right? But this bear trap should be safe unless ETH pukes, right? Like if ETH pukes, you're in for trouble, right? Because this is Ethereum beta. Like all these lows in this whole region, all of the lows and all the highs line up with highs and lows on ETH. Like it's trading like a 10 times leveraged Ethereum. And look at the performance from yesterday. Like from the low of this capitulation to the high. Oops, that's the days. My bad. Andy went up from the low to the high 68%. And ETH went up, what, like 18% or something like that? You know, so it's trading perfectly with ETH. Like that auto rotation happened. But I really like this bear trap. I like that we're holding here. I also like that we rejected from our lifetime VWAP because we have very clearly defined levels to trade around that shows you, hey, smart money or algos is trading this thing. ETH starts to bid. It auto rotates into Andy. Oh, unload, you know, take profit locally at the VWAP. Well, guess what happens when you finally flip this VWAP and hold it? You know, look at where we topped out the first time, guys. Range high, range low. 1.618 was our first 150 mil local top. I think your next target here is going to be the 1.618 from this high, our all-time high, to this recent swing low, 225 mil. So again, it's a matter of Ethereum. Like, what are you really trading here? You're trading beta to ETH. You're trading beta to Pepe. Like, you get strength out of those, you're looking good, you know. But here's the levels. You had one hell of a bear trap right here. It was epic. I'll change this color a little bit. I'll change it to red. Absolutely epic bear trap. And now you've got very clear levels. So again, super bullish ETH. So I'm super bullish Pepe, and I'm super bullish ETH beta, like Andy, like Bobo, like all these, you know, on chains. You know, got to give a shout out to Bird Dog, man. It's been performing well. Guardian in our Discord. I'm gonna clip this and send this everywhere. Did this for you, Guardian, because you're the most persistent dude on the face of the planet, and I respect that.
He doesn't
I was
stop.
joking with him this morning, man. I'll be like, "Yeah, just had coffee. It was delicious," and he'll be like, "Just had Bird Dog. It was also delicious." Like, he never misses an opportunity, man. He's just there, man. He deserves it. So, ETH beta, man. It's all ETH beta. So understand what you're trading. If ETH goes to 10K, all this stuff, it doesn't matter what it is. All this stuff with strong communities and that trades off of technicals clearly, like Andy is, it's going to do well, man. It's all going to do well. So you're just trading ETH. You're trading a more volatile ETH. It's going to dump harder and it's going to pump harder. End of discussion. But look at this chart. What are we talking about here? Boom.
Max, somebody named Lynn B is looking for financial advice. If you could advise him.
We don't do that here, Will. We don't do that.
I mean, you can join ours, man. You could use code. I'll put the code here. We got one code left over. He helped us sell a bunch of subscriptions. And this would get you, if you use this code right here in the comments, it should get you 25% off of your first month. We made that code a while back, and we sold 17 memberships because of him. And there's still, I think I made like 25 available. So we were going to hope to sell off of his comments 25 memberships. We sold 17. Disappointing. We didn't sell the full 25. He did make us, you know, about $12,000, I think, you know, in monthly subscriptions, which is recurring. So I'd like to thank him. But if you want to use that code, I believe there's a few left. So you can use that code in the comments for 25% off of your first month. If that's just addressing one of the comments, you're somebody looking for a subscription. So feel free to join us if you'd like. Enjoy 25% off.
Can we change the discount code to Bear Trap? I feel like that's
we could work on that. We're gonna do I think we're gonna do a summer sale right when we officially release BB Terminal. So we can come up with something creative. You know, we'll do a little summer sale whenever we're ready to drop it. All right, I'm gonna give it back to you. I gotta join the Caspa guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. But enjoy the rest of the show. All right.
I gotta I gotta run myself, guys. So
Oh, okay, Jack. It's okay.
up to you guys to deliver the message and finish them, and we know who we talk about.
Oh, of course, man. If Max wants to talk about beta, I can certainly talk about beta, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
All right. See ya, guys.
So Leonardo is
Jack.
trying to figure out the difference between the level of subscriptions. I don't know, Tucker or
Wait,
Snorlax.
what?
Is there a difference in level of subscriptions?
What? Ours?
Yeah.
I mean, one you get the calls every day and active positions, and one you don't. So
Oh man, that's pretty crazy. I will say
yeah,
that.
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
Amazing value given what just happened yesterday.
It really is. I literally Tommy nailed the entire ETH move to perfection on many fronts. So yeah, if
I
you
gave
were in
a
there, absolutely
if you
friend.
weren't in there, guys, I gave a battle speech over the weekend, basically saying that ETH was about to rage pump incredibly hard, and then it happened on a Monday. So who could have foreseen?
Tommy could have foreseen.
Study BB.
It takes a lot of studying for that. So you're telling me that you're not going to come in every day and tell me what BTC is doing, and that I should stay in Bitcoin until BTCD returns to normalcy, so that way I can catch the last 5% of the pump of the market?
Yes.
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 What you said? Yes. Whatever you
Yes.
said.
Exactly what you said. Yes.
Don't ask me to repeat it, but yes.
But yes.
Let's take a look at Whiff and Bonk, Tucker.
Oh
Some other-
yeah. Whiff and Bonk.
Who could have foreseen the Whiff weakness?
You want to see Whiff Bonk, or what do you want to see?
We can look at all of them.
Let's just look at USDT.
Yeah, they'll all illustrate what we've been saying on the show, that Whiff would lag.
We were talking about
still think
Bonk,
it bought
remember,
him,
Tommy? When we brought it
We're
up?
talking about Bonk.
Whoa! Who saw that? Do you see that?
I did, yeah.
We talked about Bonk live on the show before it ever moved. Before it ever moved. We're like, Bonk's going to probably follow Pepe.
Yeah, there they are. What do we see here?
Looks like liquidity moving out of one and into another, to be honest.
There's quite a few comments about Brett. I don't know, do we want to pull that up and look at it?
About
Brett. And just so people know, we don't care about the whole Twitter drama or what wallets are or any of that shit. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, the chart's all that matters. So if the chart says one thing, we go with the chart.
Yeah. They want Brett and Ponky, it seems. Okay, hang on.
Ponky is, dude, I their Instagram account is hysterical.
Really? I haven't
Yeah, no, they've been posting memes.
They've been cooking.
Ponky. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, they have been cooking, honestly.
Oh wow. And
yeah. You know what? You know what my biggest regret is? I saw Ponky stupid low, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep this on my watch list," and then I forgot about it.
Same. Same.
Is this Brett? Is that the right Brett? It looks right.
Yes. That kind of looks like Soul a week ago.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Ponky, man. What is Ponky?
It's not something you could buy right now, I'll tell you that. Like,
yeah, no.
It's up a lot.
33 cents. What was it down at 2? Yeah, that's quite the move. That is quite the move.
I think Pitbox actually nailed that one. So
did he? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I exited Ponky last night. Yeah, man. That's quite the move.
Yeah, if you exited Ponky, you made the right move in my opinion. I don't give a shit how much higher it goes. Like,
I mean, yeah, like if you're buying down here, like you're exiting up here, you know, that's trading. That's what you want to do.
rotate that capital somewhere else to something else undervalued. Like I do kind of like Brett here. I'd like to see some structural movement though, but I think if it starts moving, it's gonna move heavy. That's the problem. So it's like you gotta kind of like take a stab here if you're gonna get interested at all in Brett.
I think Brett will probably continue reaccumulating for a bit longer before it makes new highs, and then it'll probably rip again, if I had to guess. But I liken it to the Solana structure just because I liken that structure to Ethereum back in March of like 2021. Like the recovery off of the major dump looks pretty similar to me. It's playing out over a longer period of time on Solana at least, but I think it's pretty similar to March 2021 Ethereum. If we want to take a look at that.
Smash.
March 2021 ETH.
Yeah.
And what?
And
Oh my
Solana.
God, dude! Look, Ethereum looks like a freaking meme coin right now.
It does. It does. Hang on. March 2021.
Like people think memes
A
aren't
little
gonna
bit
cook.
Huh?
To the
Like
left a
people,
little bit more. Yeah, like early March 2021.
bro.
And what you think of this?
Yes, I do.
I think we're about to hit a massive alt season, Tommy. With the way ETH's moving, man. Like everything's about to fucking send.
So
I
are you
agree.
thinking this?
Yes. I think Sol's going to underperform until like July, and then it's going to
Or wait, no, you're gonna need
pretty substantially.
That, right?
Yeah.
Set a low somewhere over here. Maybe it's not topped quite yet, but
So Philmon, you asked what you should rotate. So I'll tell you my strategy. I won't tell you what to rotate to. I tend to take profits from things like that just blast it off like Ponky, and then I rotate to undervalued assets to be able to catch the move on those when the rotation happens. That's what I tend to do. I'm not gonna give you tickers or names, but that's the strategy.
it's a good strategy there, Will. It's a good strategy.
Let's to wrap up, let's take a look at some AI coins. We did get a super chat from somebody just asking us to give our thoughts on some AI coins. I haven't really been looking at them myself, although I know AR has been strong and NMT looks strong. It's probably going to get a Binance listing. You could, like, based on the price action, that's kind of my opinion. And the fact that Binance said they're going to be cultivating smaller projects now going forward, I think NMT is probably a pretty good bet, just looking at BSC chain tokens. AR has been strong, like I said. I really don't. I mean, I like Akash's daily chart on Coinbase a lot, but other than that, I'm picking AI coins is not really my cup of tea. I know some people who are really good at it. I am not one of them. I'll just ride strong charts because
Tommy,
that makes the most sense.
Akash and Ando are the alpha. That's it. Like the rest of the
Akash daily chart on Coinbase looks insane, man. It looks insane.
The funny part is I was looking at Akash at like 25K Bitcoin, and everybody's like, I don't know.
For this guy looking to subscribe, will I have until next month on the 21st, or is there a rest day? It's just just a month from whenever you sign up, brother.
Yeah, you won't lose any days.
You won't. Yeah, you're not gonna lose any days or anything like that. Our devs are doing something. They made it real nice for everybody. But yeah, anyway, I like this structure comparison, Tommy.
Yeah,
can make it a little cleaner, and then that you think like cycle top.
I mean, that would make sense, right? Because Ethereum, like if we're equating Ethereum to Bitcoin this cycle and Solana to Ethereum, I mean, that'll probably be the last thing that runs, at least in this little. I mean, it seems like we've restarted some sort of bull cycle here with the Ethereum announcement. So I would say whenever that plays out, whenever you get that vertical move on Sol, it's probably a pretty good spot to be exiting a lot of positions. But
I mean,
I
dude, I
do
didn't even
play.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even massage that at all. Look at that. I mean, that that's probably gonna play. Wow. Back to 150, maybe. Well, I
Maybe
don't
not
know.
quite dipping
I
that deep,
expected,
but
yeah, I expected to bleed against ETH, but not really against dollar, you know. So maybe it's not as dramatic. 160, send it to 400. Could see that. I could see it.
yeah. But I think Sol ETH maxis probably can take a few weeks off. That's my personal opinion. I think that's not just because you have ETH pumping, but I talked about this on our morning call. You have a major unwind of positioning in the market. I mean, how many people do you think were long Sol, short ETH to stay delta neutral because it's been working for so long? All of a sudden, you have a huge ETH candle, and to close out that trade, it's not just closing shorts that lifts the Ethereum price higher. It's also closing longs on Solana, which puts a little bit more downward pressure on price. If for nothing else, then, you're seeing some rebalancing into ETH out of Solana. So, yeah, I mean, I think, what could explain Solana lagging ETH so much? It's, for one, you have limited levels of liquidity still. It's going to be difficult for ETH and Solana to rage pump at the same time, in my opinion, at least. And then at the same time, like I said, you have that positional aspect of it too, where people have definitely been long sold, and probably across multiple pairs short ETH, right? Like you probably had long Bitcoin, long Sol, maybe long AI, long memes, short ETH, and you'll probably, like, whatever pairs are lagging right now or even red today, I would probably assume that they are victims of that that movement from ETH, forcing them to close out that trade.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Just reading
But
the comments.
has a happy ending for Solana in the end, in my opinion, still. So,
Yes.
but
Yes.
we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes, guys. I'm sure some of you probably want to tune in for that Caspa space with Max as well. So we can go ahead and wrap up here. But of course, a few little bits of housekeeping as always before we finish up, guys. A reminder that we have launched our new fund, BB Wealth Management. We can finally talk about that with you guys. It's something that's been in the works for, I mean, honestly, like over a year. So there's been a lot that's gone into it, both from our standpoint, from a legal standpoint, and yeah, we're very excited that we can finally talk about that with you guys. Just a general overview. Of course, it's a long short hedge fund run by the Because Bitcoin team, so we can trade in both directions. Although right now the market is giving a pretty clear direction. So, but yeah, guys, we utilize our experience in these markets to navigate in a way that takes into account both crypto's historic propensity for asymmetric upside, as well as investment risk posed in any market. So we have more information on that linked in the description below, as well as through our socials, if that does interest you guys. Of course, as well, we just launched the BB Academy a few weeks ago, going for a discounted price at $199. That's pretty much because we recognize the opportunity ahead of you guys with, prices we're getting ready to pump, but prices are pumping now on crypto. So I wouldn't count on that Academy staying at these prices for much longer. So take advantage of that. If that's something that interests you, you get to learn from every member of the team and all of the individual ways that we approach these markets. But yeah, guys, that is, it from that standpoint, other than, our programming. If you're a market check enjoyer, we'll be back for another episode tomorrow. We are live every weekday starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, do not forget either our flagship show, Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. I'm sure he's going to be super fired up today, given what happened yesterday. and what can continue to happen over the next few weeks and months. We're definitely very excited to continue bringing you guys programming in light of what is occurring in the market right now. But the timing of his show might vary a little bit, but make sure to stay subscribed and following our socials so you can be notified, not just when we go live, but also when we schedule those shows. That is always a mouthful for me to do the outro. It's becoming more of a mouthful as we continue to build and have all of these exciting new stuff for you guys to hopefully experience and be interested in. So can't complain, guys, right? Can't complain. But we will be back tomorrow, like I said, for another episode of Market Check. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Definitely appreciate these candles over the last few days. And of course, stay safe, guys. Thanks again.